you're watching this video, I hope that you are doing well.
Preacher man talking on TikTok, putting down jelly roll. Wants me to watch his content and like his video.
I was debating whether or not I should do this video.
You shouldn't have.
Because I'm going to be talking about someone who is in the music industry that a lot of people like, and his name is...
I'm just going to take a guess. Is it Jelly Roll?
Jelly Roll. I always want to say Jelly Belly, but it's Jelly Roll.
Oh, Jelly Roll. I always want to say Jelly Belly, but it's Jelly Roll.
And I had no idea who Jelly Roll was until a few months back.
I see what you did there, T. You changed the pattern and the way you were talking, and you changed the tone in your voice to try to make the people that's watching think it's like a more serious moment and stuff. It's good acting, really. I had no idea who Jelly Roll was until a few months back.
I had no idea who Jelly Roll was until a few months back.
Well, if you didn't know who Jelly Roll was, you sure as hell don't know who I am. So, hey, I'm Austin. If your video ends up on my page and I'm clipping it up like this, I'm about to make you look silly, boy. Or maybe you're just going to do that to yourself.
I was listening to a song, and I listen to all kinds of music, and I heard this song. Didn't know who he was. But as a pastor, and knowing what the Bible teaches and hearing him talk about sinner, talking about church, talking about praying, this is terrible.
Yeah, I'm riding around listening to all sorts of music, and I hear this song, and I didn't know who he was, all right? But as a pastor that, you know, maybe wants to be a famous pastor, hearing somebody that's not a pastor sing about praying and sinning, and do I mention I didn't know who he was, okay? But to hear him sing about that, it's terrible because I want to be be the one with the voice for God and stuff. I'm chosen. I'm the chosen one.
But I know when I do a video like this and expose someone who's doing this, I know people will get offended.
No, I'm good, man.
You may hate me because of this. You may cut the video off now and say, I don't want to hear what you have to say. You're just a judgmental pastor, Christian. You think your way is the only way.
No, not at all, actually. I want to hear what you have to say. I just want to know if you are a judgmental pastor, Christian, that thinks your way is the only way.
Because music is powerful. See, music, and maybe you've heard this guy's song.
Did you almost call him Jelly Belly again?
If somebody is out there singing about who knows what, it don't matter. But when they start singing about God.
People can be out there singing about whatever they want. It doesn't matter. They could sing about the devil. They could sing about drugs. But when they start singing about God, I gotta expose that because they might put me out of a job because they don't even have to act like they're perfect and fool everybody to get people to follow them and believe some of the stuff they're saying. Do you know how hard I've worked to build this facade?
And so I want to show you this video clip. He done this interview about, I guess, 2 months ago or so. But here's the video. Listen to what he says about God and about the Christian.
All right, now I'm going to show this video, but I'm going to let you know I've seen this video. I saw it probably around the time it was posted, and I agree 100% with him.
Jesus and the church is going to die again if they don't find a way to portray him the way he was historically known to be. If you look at the history facts of Jesus, which I think favor Christianity in this weird way, that dude is not the dude y'all have turned him into. Y'all have Americanized Jesus and used him as a way of not only propaganda, but you've weaponized God. That was the opposite of who Jesus was. The same people that you are criticizing and going against are the only people that Jesus had a relationship with in the Bible. He did nothing but protect town whores, prostitutes, people in jail. Like the famous story, let he who without sin cast his first stone. He was protecting a prostitute. It's crazy. It's like, man, that's the opposite of what that dude was doing. So that's my problem with the church. It's like, even if we just go by the 4 books that y'all call the only 4 accounts of him, this dude ran around with 12 thugs. If he was here today, he'd be on a fucking Harley.
So much I want to say about that.
Say it then. No balls.
But real quick, that is not the God of the Bible.
Right, because the God of the Bible, if you're going to go literally by it, is the same God that has over and over again sent people to kill other people, over and over again endorsed slavery. But that's Old Testament, right? It doesn't matter. And the God of the New Testament, which is also Jesus and the Holy Spirit, the Jesus part of the Trinity, Jesus, that God, he is the God that Jelly Roll is describing, so...
Well, listen, what he's done is he's broke the first and second commandment. He's made a God in his own image.
You're completely misinterpreting that commandment, number one. Jelly Roll is not making himself into a god, which would be considered a sin. And if you're trying to say that he's trying to make Jesus like himself, I don't believe that's what he was doing either. But either way, aren't you supposed to want to be like Jesus? And aren't we made in God's image? Just real quick, I do want to say this is why I don't go to church anymore. When I started thinking for myself and was able to understand what was going on inside of religion and that establishment and churches, the way that this pastor is trying to use God and Jesus and him spreading the good word or doing God's work as a way to get views, followers, and money. If he really cared and if he really wanted more people to hear about Jesus, why wouldn't he think that it's amazing that somebody that any pastor would consider a sinner and, not on the right side, like Jelly Roll, would be still talking about Jesus and still talking about God? I'll tell you why. It's because he didn't say it. And he has told himself, and he has been told by other people, that he's the anointed one, that he's the preacher, that God chose him, and he can't stand the idea of anybody possibly spreading a different type of message, even slightly different than him. He can't stand the idea of somebody like Jelly Roll possibly having the ear of any Christians.
And then he says, just so blasphemy.
Wait, what'd you say?
Just so blasphemy.
What?
Just so blasphemy.
Just so blasphemy? I think you meant to say it's just so blasphemous. You're so blasphemous, Jelly Roll.
Talking about, oh, Jesus here today, he'll be with his disciples riding a Harley. That's not the Jesus of the Bible.
The Jesus of the Bible would be on my private jet with me that the people from the church paid for, giving me 10% of their paychecks.
We're all lawbreakers, every one of us.
Bruh, I bet you don't even know how to play spades.
Say I'm a sinner. And it's not like he's singing about, oh, I'm just a sinner, who's going to hear me? No, he's not singing about the God of the Bible. You need to understand that. The devil will deceive you in any way he can.
You need to say you're a sinner, but not like him. Not the same. He's talking about, he's singing about being a sinner. He's just not the, I'm the anointed one.
You may hate me for this. You may say I'm arrogant, don't know what I'm talking about. Hey,
look, dude, I don't think anybody's going to hate you for this. I don't think that you're arrogant. Matter of fact, you didn't look like you had a lot of confidence through the entire video. You honestly look really nervous making it like you're about to shit yourself, poop yourself. Whether or not you know what you're talking about is between you and the big man.
God bless y'all.